And good evening and welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. It's actually Community Foundation Middlesex County night tonight on the Pete Mezzetti Show. And with me to discuss what's going on with CFMC are Mary Jo and Thayer from the Community Foundation Middlesex County. Ladies, welcome. Mary Jo, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you finally.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you?
It's so nice to be here.
I know, it's nice to have you. It's been a while. Thank you.
And you can call us CFMC because otherwise it's a mouthful.
Okay, I was going to say
it's a long name. It's a long name. It's all right. We say CFMC.
So okay, so
yes.
So, all right, I can say CFMC for the next half hour.
Absolutely.
So, Thayer, we have a new friend with us tonight. Who's a newbie?
We do. We are very excited to introduce everyone to Mary Jo Matava, who joined us 2 months ago as our new Director of Development. And it has been a whirlwind. You can say it. It's okay.
Sure.
It's been great.
Has it?
It's been great. I've met so many people and volunteers and working with Thayer, Cynthia, and Paula in the office. And all of our wonderful volunteers. It's just been such a pleasure.
Cool. And she jumped in with both feet. We had 3 events in one weekend or 2 weekends back to back, and she
very nice.
Very nice. She came right in and did not hesitate. No. She was all about what can I do, and she's doing a great job.
How'd the events go?
Oh, they were wonderful. We always have. And you know, that is one of the shout outs because we would like to give our friends in Killingworth a shout out. One of them was for the Killingworth Community Fund, and they had a lot of fun and had great weather. It was fabulous, the end of August, and they made some new friends, which was great, and spread the word about what they're doing. So it really went to what you and I were talking about and thinking about what to do tonight and what to talk about, which is all about building relationships.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A little toast to Killingworth.
Yeah. Exactly. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about over the next half hour.
We do.
Where do we want to start?
Well, you always make a wonderful point that this is such a great opportunity to introduce CFMC to people that maybe don't know about us. Exactly. So I thought maybe we'd start sort of in a broad sense, and then we can talk about
I really don't know about you guys that much.
No, you're a great ambassador. What are you talking about? And which is also why it's so great to have Mary Jo join the team.
I know.
Because we are all about building relationships.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so she definitely has jumped in and grasped sort of that sense of being able to talk about what we were doing and how we help people in the community and how much of a really integral piece she is to that whole plan.
Cool.
Right. It's all about being out in the community and addressing people's needs, and everybody wants to help everybody out.
Oh yeah, totally.
They really do, and we want to make our communities better and want to be out there and build relationships and just do good. Good people doing great things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we only know good people.
Right.
We really do.
Absolutely.
We only know. So as you know, the Community Foundation works with individuals and groups, and they establish funds, and then we help them raise money for those funds and give grants to the community. And we have some incredible funds that are very busy right now. They're doing some remarkable things. One of the things that you jumped right in on was the Westbrook Economic Action Initiative.
Right.
Okay. What is that?
WEAI.
Tell me about it.
And it's a huge thank you to the Westbrook community for coming together and making a huge impact. The WEAI created a fund and to raise awareness of a need to support kids, high school kids who maybe not go into college, but to figure out what they want to do after high school and grow and just have the opportunity to assist them in identifying what they want to be in the professional world, or they are awarded a fund for our school to career counselor. So
it's
with the Westbrook public schools.
New position in the high school for the public schools to help students, particularly those in the ALICE population, which we've talked about before, and many of us all talk about that, which is asset limited, income constrained employed, and that's that sort of mid-low economic tier, and to help the children in that group to identify what they might like to do, have access to internships. And I have to say, this has been a really exciting group of people to work with, because this is a community that came together and said, we want to launch this position.
Right.
We want this available to our students, and then the second phase will be available to adults as well. And we want to help everybody in the Westbrook community identify what their career goals are and how to get there and what training. And to see a community really come behind an idea and say, this is truly impactful and so beneficial to everyone, to every neighbor and every friend that we see on the street, has just been a great journey to go on with them. It's been a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's going well?
It is going well. We just did a photo op at the high school for their first grant presentation to establish that. So that's a great example of how people can have one issue or one need in the community that speaks to them, and it's a group of them that want to make a difference, and how the Community Foundation can help them figure out how to do that and
Cool.
how to make a positive impact.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What else are we doing?
Well, you know, we have to talk about what's coming up this weekend.
Yeah, we do.
We do. At-Risk Boys Fund at the Community Foundation has their annual Cruise, Blues, and Brews event at the Chester Fairgrounds.
Right. Excellent.
Did. I've been practicing. Mary Jo will tell you.
Yeah,
I've been practicing this. No, if you have, it is. It's the 5th year they've done this, and if you have you been? Have you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay, we have to get
I've
you.
promoted, but I haven't been.
All right. Well, we have to get you out there, because I have to say it's a car show.
Yep.
And they're going to have blues bands from all over Connecticut.
Okay.
And there's
Food trucks and
kids zone. There's a kids zone, so it's family friendly.
very family friendly.
Thimble Island Brewery
excellent.
provides the craft brews. That's part of the name. And it's from 10 to 4, and it is so much fun. If you love classic cars, there are cars. I think I've met people from Massachusetts and Rhode Island and New York that all come to bring their cars. There are some incredible
cool.
cars that come.
If you love cars, food, brew,
Hang out.
everything, kid-friendly, vendors. There'll be some vendors there.
But it's also really yet another great example of a group of people that have something that they truly care about. And the At-Risk Boys Fund, all of the proceeds they raise at this event, they'll give to grants to nonprofits serving at-risk boys and young men in our footprint.
Cool.
And to once again see a group of people that feel so passionate and so committed to making a positive impact on boys' lives that they've never met, but they know that they're there, and they know they need help, and that they're nonprofits that are providing assistance to them. And so that's the goal of their event this weekend, is to raise the money. And we're in the middle of our competitive grant cycle process, so they're getting ready to look at the applications that they'll be able to make recommendations for grant awards.
Now, how, as far as the grant process goes, how detailed is it for a nonprofit out there to fill out the application and get the form and all that other, all the other fun stuff? Is that a Mary Jo question?
Oh, that is a Thayer question. But I have been part of it. That was one of my first weeks here, first day here in the foundation, learning about the grant process, and this is the first year that we've gone online with the submissions, so hopefully it's a lot easier.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So we offer one application cycle annually, and it opens in July, and the applications were due last Thursday, September 12th.
Yep.
And we accept applications from any nonprofit serving Middlesex County across the board, because as you know, we have a broad range of areas of interest, everything from arts and education, heritage, to the environment, human services, public and social benefit, and then all the focus areas that we do: at-risk boys, women and girls, seniors, veterans, conservation, environmental issues. And this year, as Mary Jo said, it was we had 5 information sessions for the nonprofits to help get them up to speed. We went online for the first time with our application submissions. The nonprofits were very excited. They didn't have to bring in lots of paper copies this year, which was great. And we had very few technical difficulties, which I have to give a shout out to our web designer for helping with that, because we did it off of our website and they made sure it went smoothly, which was so nice. Oh my gosh.
And thankfully everybody didn't wait till last minute.
Oh yes, that
was our biggest fear. That was our biggest fear. We kept warning people. We're like
don't wait till the last minute. Don't crash the website.
It's due Thursday the 12th, but you're more than welcome to submit it earlier.
Right. So now we'll review all of them, and we have 8 committees that participate in this process and review applications.
Oh my God. How long does that take?
So the overall process, it takes a couple weeks to get them all ready for them, yes. Okay. And even our committees are going online this year for the first time in accessing their applications. So we went full-fledged,
wow, cool.
No more using up lots of paper and no more killing trees.
Right. And environmentally.
Yeah. So we'll have the 8 committees will review their applications throughout the fall, and they'll meet and discuss, ask any questions that we need to either know, have the answers to, or need to research. And then in November, they make their recommendations to our board of directors of those applications that they would like to fund. So.
And I guess when
do we know?
Do the funders find out that they got the grant, and how?
Right. So we believe very strongly that everyone, regardless of whether they get a grant, should be contacted. So the board meets in December and reviews the recommendations, and those they approve, we make phone calls to both those applicants receiving awards and even those applicants that will not receive one, because as much as we would love to fund every request,
you can't.
We just can't.
No.
There's just not enough funding right now. But we actually make phone calls the last week of December, and we let everyone know. We make sure that we touch base with an executive director or a board chair or the grant contact, and everybody gets to chip in and do it. So it's an all-staff event. Everybody has an opportunity to call and say, congratulations.
I want those calls.
Would you guys mind sticking around for another segment?
I'd love to.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Valley Shore Community Television is constantly adapting to the demands of our viewers. Busy schedules are making it hard for viewers to watch shows when they air.
Television has changed dramatically. We don't have to be appointment viewers or listeners anymore.
No.
We can do this in real time.
VSC TV has made it easy to watch all our locally produced content online and when you want it. Visit vsctv.com and click on the Watch Online tab to watch live, or visit our local show playlist to easily navigate your favorite shows anywhere, anytime, and on any device. VSC TV is your local Connecticut Mid-Shore Valley digital connection.
And welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. Sitting here with Thayer and Mary Jo from CFMC. Ladies, welcome back.
Well, thank you. We love being here.
I know. Thanks for sticking around. So we were talking about grants during the first segment right before we went into the break. And the follow-up question that I usually have is, let's say for 1 year you didn't get a grant. Let's say for 1 year you got a grant. Is there a waiting period for you to reapply?
It's a very good question, and it's definitely one that we know different funders do different things.
Okay.
Our rule is that we have a 3-year on, 1 year off process.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to do with whether you applied. It actually has to do with if you received a grant.
Aha.
So our nonprofits can receive 3 consecutive competitive cycle grants from us, and we do 1 cycle a year, so it's 3 years.
Right.
If they receive 3 years of competitive cycle grants, they must take the 4th year off.
Okay.
We instituted that in 2009, and we did it for a couple of reasons, because we were becoming more and more well known, and we wanted to make sure that all of our nonprofits had an opportunity to come through the cycle and have an opportunity to receive a grant award. And we also know that it's really important to encourage nonprofits to leverage their resources and to identify funding sources and to talk about what they do and to raise awareness so that they can raise funds, because we do the same thing. And so it was really important that we encourage nonprofits to think about each year where as they're creating their budgets, where their potential funding was, and not to just presume that it would always be there, because sometimes too, as we all know, going through the recession, sometimes the economic world doesn't really cooperate with us, and so we wanted to make sure that they were thinking as broadly about all of the areas their potential funding could come from, and so that helps with that. And we have a lot of nonprofits. We had almost 90 applications submitted in this cycle, and that's about average. And that's of 122 nonprofits that actually came to the information sessions just to find out about what our process looks like.
Oh my God, you guys are busy.
It is busy. It is busy, but it's great because it's an opportunity to find out what's going on.
Absolutely.
And what the needs are and what's important to our communities and the nonprofits. We had a number shame on me, I don't know right off the top of my head, but I want to guess 8 new nonprofits come into the cycle this year and submit applications. So that's also really exciting that we're learning about nonprofits that are working on our community we've not been aware of.
Now for CFMC, you guys only cover, obviously, Middlesex County, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Through the competitive cycle.
Yeah.
We also have donor-advised funds, and of course a donor can choose to support a nonprofit anywhere that's close to their heart. But our competitive cycle, the nonprofit doesn't necessarily have to have an office in Middlesex County, but the program or project that they're applying for funding must impact our footprint.
And one thing that we didn't mention during my monologue is, with you guys sitting here and joining me tonight, usually it's not Thayer who's sitting here from the Community Foundation of Middlesex County joining me.
Right.
Who normally is it?
It's normally Cynthia Clegg, our president and CEO, who sent you her regards. She was very sorry not to be here with us. She loves coming on the show and talking about all the incredible people. So. But it meant that Mary Jo and I got to come.
There you go.
It takes two of us to make one Cynthia.
Yes. And for people who know Cynthia know that that's very true. She is one incredible person to work with, and she's so much energy, and she's truly committed to where we live and all the incredible people that make it a great place.
We all are.
I know.
Exactly. So what else were we talking about?
So we also have to give another shout out. I told you we have all these incredible groups doing things.
Who else are we shouting out to?
So we're going to give a shout out on as you go to Cruise, Blues and Brews on Saturday, you can stop in Chester for the first part of the day, and then cruise on up to Middletown, because the Middletown PBA Pipes and Drums band is going to do a muster in Malilly public parking lot, which is right next to across Route 9 from the river. It's the great big public parking lot behind the Main Street Emporium Mall, covered mall. And the Middletown Pipes and Drums band is a group. Do you remember they have firefighters, right? They're police officers.
Yeah, police officers and fire.
And I think just also pipers and bagpipers and drummers from the community.
Cool.
And our the Chester Fife and Drum Corps is going to go up and muster with them, as is the New Haven. What is the other one?
New Haven County Firefighters.
Right.
Okay.
Pipe band.
Yeah.
And the Chester Fife and Drum.
So that's 1 to 4 p.m. So if you're a big pipe and drum fan, that's a great thing to go and spend the day. And
family friendly as well.
Yeah, the Middletown PBA Pipe and Drum Band is itself a 501c3, but this is an example of where sometimes the Community Foundation can come in and help. And they created a project fund because they need 15 new rope-strung drums.
Wow.
And they're very high quality because obviously they march with them, and they have very specific sound, and so this is an opportunity for the community to help them raise some money to buy those drums.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to be there.
Get the word out.
Exactly. And before we forget, and now I get to say it, on Saturday, what time is Cruise, Brews and Blues?
10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Chester Fairgrounds.
Okay.
Yes. So be sure to stop by that.
Absolutely.
And then go on up and do a little muster in the Malili parking lot in Middletown and cheer on, if you're a Shoreline resident, you can go up and cheer on Chester, Fife and Drum, and pick your side, I guess, see who, they're going to do some solo performances as well. So I have a feeling that it's going to be quite the battle of the pipe and drum.
That's what I'm hearing.
It's so exciting to see. It's not something you see every day.
No, definitely not. And I'm sure you guys are going to be all over the place this weekend.
We will.
At different events.
Yes, and if you see us, please stop and say hi. We will be, Mary Jo is actually going to go to her first Cruise, Blues and Brews event this weekend. We have a little surprise for them, too, that she's going to deliver. So.
Uh-oh.
Yes, we're going to give them a big shout-out round of applause for what they do.
So how many people are on the Cruise, Blues and Brews committee for the event?
Well, for the event itself, I believe that there are about 6 or 8 core members. But then, of course, they have all sorts of friends that come and volunteer, because that's
absolutely.
And we encourage anyone to volunteer for something like this, because it's a great way to see what really happens.
We
all go to the event, and it's a lot of fun, and everything's all set up, and it looks great, and there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to get it that way. So they're always looking for hands. We're happy to make those connections. So anybody can reach out to us, and we'll connect them with the head of that committee, particularly if you like coordinating events and like, putting together all the detail stuff. If you're detail oriented, they are always looking for help with that.
Oh my goodness.
And then they have about another 6 people that sit on their grants committee. So some people prefer to do the event stuff, and some people like to do the grant stuff, and some people do both.
There you go.
Right. A little bit of something for everybody.
Right. You guys are a busy organization.
We are.
Well, we have many volunteers who help us out as well, so shout out to the volunteers.
Yeah, go ahead. You're very volunteer oriented too, because
it's all about building relationships.
Of course it is.
And giving back to the community, and all learning what each other do, what we do.
Mary Jo, also with our September 5th event, we have to thank everyone for their support of that. So that was that was really throwing her in feet first on the big event.
What was the September 5th event?
That's our annual fundraiser, and it's aboard the Lady Catherine cruise ship based in Middletown.
Sure.
And we thank our sponsors, and it's a real nice fundraiser to get everybody together. But if anybody remembers, on September 4th, there were thunderstorms coming in and lightning, and we're like, do we cancel it? Do you not? And then you have to have plan A, plan B. So we kind of went to plan B, and we had a beautiful sunset. We had a bad storm come through, but then we got to cruise out on the river and have some great music and great auction items and great food, and shout out to everybody who came and supported our event, because it really means a lot to us.
And that event's the same time every year?
Yes, it's always, or we've done the Lady Catherine the last 2 years, and it's been the first week of September.
Cool.
And as Mary Jo said, I had the date wrong. It was September 4th this year, September 5th the previous year. But the big, at that time of year, as we all know, sometimes the weather can be a little challenging. But it did clear up for us, so we were rather lucky. But it's a lot of fun, and it's a celebration. It's just our way of saying thank you to everyone for what they do, because the work that we do in the community, making the connections and the networks and providing support to the nonprofits to do their incredible programs and services, is all because the community connects through us and really cares.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We can't ask for a better place to live.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. We had a little bit more time left, so what else?
So you want to tell them what it's been like to join the team and jump in?
Yeah, go for it.
Please do.
Time flies. It's been great. We're just so busy, and I just would love to get out in the community and meet people and develop the relationships and just let CFMC be known in the community as being helpful to everybody, and connecting the dots and helping good people do great things, meeting more great people in the community, and
We're really lucky with Mary Jo. She loves to meet people. She's truly, and that's our culture. We are all about the people that we get to see every day. It's really important. And she's truly embraced that. So I hope she's been having a lot of fun. She looks like she's been having a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, it has been so much fun. Meeting so many great people.
So the only thing we got to do now is have Mary Jo go network with Pete Mezzetti, and
there we go. That'll be the next step. There we are.
You get to meet hundreds of thousands of people.
And he knows, he really does. So that's actually, you better watch it. We're going to call you up and take you up on that. That's not such a bad idea.
You take me up on that. Anytime you guys
idea.
want. It's actually fun to get out there and be part of the community and actually get out there and shake hands and say hello.
Do good and say thank you.
Before we say goodnight, give me a website where we're going.
You can visit us at middlesexcountycf.org. or give us a call at 860-347-0025.
What's the phone number again?
860-347-0025.
And where are your offices located?
49 Main Street and in Middletown. And please come visit us. We were gifted this building 2 years ago, and it is a gem. And
I've heard about this building, and I still haven't been up.
You have to come
I have to come up and say hi?
Truly. We love visitors. We really do. We love to have people stop in.
I'll have to come up and say hi.
Please do.
Absolutely.
Please do.
Website one more time.
MiddlesexCountyCF.org.
And people can find all sorts of information on the site.
Most definitely, including how to get in touch with us. So if there's something you want to know and you can't find the answer, just send us an email or give us a call, because we are happy to help.
I was going to say, and if you're not paying anything attention, writing things down, you can just check my site and I can link you guys to me, and there you go.
We would love that. That would be great.
Everybody can find everybody through
spread the good.
My site. Absolutely, absolutely.
Spread the good.
So we're about to say goodnight. So Mary Jo, I want to thank you for coming down. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
See you again soon.
Thank you so much. Sounds
great.
Thank you.
On behalf of Mary Jo there, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.